Tonight, one day after TNA Lockdown, Impact comes to us back in Orlando, and what a show it was. TNA with possibly their best show ever under the Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff reign. Right here and now, it's your TNA Impact review from Big Al and the Kick-Ass Wrestling Show. Tonight on TNA Impact, it was the first Impact after lockdown, and what a show it was. Right off the bat, we have AJ Styles, the heavyweight champion, comes out and gets on the microphone. What a difference right away. The focus is on the heavyweight champion, the focus is on the belt, the focus is right away on AJ Styles. Pretty simple, but TNA has not been following any of the simple blueprints at all. So that was awesome to see. He then talks about himself a little bit, does an okay job. You know, AJ Styles is average on the mic. He's probably not going to be too much more than that over the length of his career, but he did okay and he's passable. Then, out of nowhere, Rob Van Dam, the whole effing show comes out, and then, out of nowhere, and they had a good promo, by the way, Rob Van Dam really gave it to AJ Styles. I thought his promo in the beginning was phenomenal. Matt Hardy came out, he wanted a piece, Matt Hardy did not come out. Jeff Hardy came out, he wanted a piece of the action. So then Hulk Hogan comes out and makes a match for later in the evening, Rob Van Dam and Jeff Hardy, with the winner to take on AJ Styles. You would think it was going to be at the pay-per-view. That's the way they had framed it. AJ Styles thought it was going to be at Sacrifice. Hulk Hogan decided it was going to be tonight. So the winner, Rob Van Dam and Jeff Hardy, was going to get to take on AJ Styles later in the same Impact. So what a great start to the show. The focus is completely on your world title. You've set up two should-be outstanding matches between Rob Van Dam and Jeff Hardy, and then Rob Van Dam and AJ Styles. So right off the bat, you have a little build. The segment took about 20 minutes. Hogan went on a little longer than he might have wanted to, but other than that, this was perfect build, perfect execution, perfect setup for those matches later on. So Impact got off to a very hot start. We then had the knockouts come out. You know, same old stuff from the knockouts. Nothing interesting, nothing very good, but it was quick and relatively painless for a change. And then it was right back to more hype and more build-up. Matt Morgan was backstage looking for a tag team partner, and he ran into Shannon Moore. Shannon Moore said he wouldn't be his partner, and they went at it, they had a little promo there, and it was good. I like the chemistry between those two. So again, story building going on Impact tonight. Shocking, but it happened. And then Team Flair and Team Hogan. Flair was going crazy. He wanted a rematch with Team Hogan, and he got it. But the numbers were a little different this time. Abyss and Jeff Jarrett came out. They were then confronted by all of Team Flair, and out of nowhere for the save, Rob Terry. Rob Terry, interestingly enough, thrown in that mix. I wonder why. And then we find out that later on in the show, Team Hogan is going to take on Team Flair with a mystery partner for Team Hogan. And that mystery partner was apparently contacted and brought in by Bischoff, which is what we found out later in an interview where he was talking with Hogan. So right here, we got three matches set up going into the second hour. At around 8:50, we start to see the RVD match against Jeff Hardy. So from that point on, 9 o'clock on, they had their whole card set up with three outstanding matches. So they did good build. They focused on the heavyweight title. It was organized. It was focused. They didn't stray all over the place the way they normally have. Completely different Impact tonight. I wonder why. Rumors are Vince Russo stepped down from creative and he's doing something else. If that's true, there's your answer right there. Because this show was night and day from what they've been doing. And like I said, if Vince Russo wasn't making the blueprint, the foundation, this show could take off. They could really go somewhere. And it did tonight. So how did those matches do? Did they deliver? Rob Van Dam had a hell of a match with Jeff Hardy. Not Matt Hardy, like I said earlier. With Jeff Hardy. They went back and forth. They cut to a commercial right away, which I didn't like. But overall, they went at it. They gave them a good 10-15 minutes, I'd say. At least 10 minutes they were going at it. And Rob Van Dam gets the victory. Awesome, awesome match. I give that match 3 stars. Then, so Rob Van Dam, we know he has his match against AJ Styles later in the night. Then Team Hogan and Team Flair go at it. And the mystery partner at the end, we find out, is Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe returns from abduction and cleans house. Looks like he has a whole new character. The real question here is, why is he being brought in by Bischoff? Remember, Bischoff didn't like him, or at least he acted like he didn't. He wanted him gone. And that's when Joe was walking home and he got abducted. So what is going on here with Bischoff and possibly with Hogan? Very, very shaky stuff. We're going to have to see where they go with this, but things are developing now in TNA. They had storylines all over the place. They had build-up all over the place. Great show up to that point, and it was, that was a good match as well. Flair, Team Hogan versus Team Flair and Samoa Joe with the big mystery surprise appearance. Then we have the big main event, the TNA heavyweight title on the line. AJ Styles defending against Rob Van Dam, and it was a phenomenal match. I give it at least 3 stars. And the big news, Rob Van Dam is your new TNA World Heavyweight Champion. They put on a great match. It was a clean finish, frog star splash, and it was over. And Rob Van Dam is your new TNA Heavyweight title. They took the belt off AJ. That's good. They're focusing on their title. That's good. They had a big celebration at the end with confetti. The wrestlers came out. They presented Rob Van Dam with the belt. And what do you know? Tomorrow's 420. And he is a very well-known pot smoker. So that was kind of interesting and cool and ironic as well. So the good from this show, great build-up for all of their matches. Pretty good promos, good storylines. The bad, the knockout stuff wasn't so good. We could pick on it here and there. It wasn't a perfect show. But overall, I just want to talk about the good because this show was a big change from what we've been seeing. So as much as I hated those shows where I was giving them Fs a few weeks ago, tonight I'm going to give TNA Impact an A. This was an A show. This was a quality show. This was a top-notch show. It was complete difference from what they were doing. And like I said, the reason could be there's no more Russo. It all started before he was writing the scripts. It changed as it went along, but he still had the foundation there. He might have stepped down, and that's what it looked like tonight. Focuses on the title, focuses on RVD. The matches made sense, the storylines made sense. TNA Impact tonight was an A show. It was a big bounce back show, and I hope we see more of this from TNA. If they do this every single week, okay, they can be competitive and even beat, yeah, I said it, they can beat the WWE because Raw is very lazy lately. They have very lazy one-on-one booking that is so simple that it's usually boring. I'm Big Al, and this has been your TNA Impact Review.